This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. For years, the Rolex market has observed a notable trend known as Rolex flipping. These highly sought-after luxury timepieces, renowned for their prestige, became sought-after commodities in the resale market. Driven by scarcity and increasing demand, savvy buyers acquired Rolexes not for personal use but to resell them at significant profits. However, current trends indicate a potential shift in this phenomenon. Could the era of easy Rolex flipping be coming to an end, signaling a return to appreciating Rolex's true essence, its timeless excellence in watchmaking? This video brought to you by the Luxury World will explore the changing dynamics of the Rolex market, examining the factors contributing to the decline of flipping, the potential for its evolution, and the enduring legacy of Rolex as a brand rooted in quality and heritage. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we invite you to do so now to stay updated on our upcoming videos. If you are someone who enjoys the hustle, especially with Rolex watches as a quick money-making opportunity, you might want to pause for a moment. We are about to explain why flipping Rolexes, once a popular hustle, is now experiencing a decline. Today, we will share all the details about this era of high-end watches, so stick around for the scoop. Watch till the end and you will see Rolex flipping the script on the hidden changes in the game. You have heard of Rolex flipping, right? That is when people grab those fancy Rolex watches, especially the rare or highly in-demand ones, and quickly sell them for a hefty profit. It is like turning a stylish timepiece into a money-making magic trick. Purchasing a luxury watch to resell it is among the least commendable motivations for buying such an item. It angers the brand's loyal customers, disrupts the market, deceives genuine and patient watch enthusiasts, and tarnishes the reputation of watch collecting as a hobby. This whole buying and selling Rolex watches for profit has been a major trend lately. However, things are changing rapidly, and the Rolex flipping scene might not be as stable as it once was. First, we will look back at how Rolex flipping started and became such an important thing. Then, we will focus on the current market vibes. Spoiler alert, there is a lot of change hinting that the flipping era might be ending. But do not worry, we will dive into the factors causing this shift. Finally, we will speculate if flipping might return, but in a fresh style. Plus, we will consider if the flippers are giving up for good. You have heard about how the pandemic disrupted everything, especially when it comes to watch prices. With everyone stuck at home, online shopping became the ultimate pastime, and luxury items, with Rolex watches leading the way, stole the spotlight. Suddenly, there was a huge surge in demand for these high-end timepieces. Owning one is like showing off your elite status, and some people were so eager to flaunt it that they were willing to pay more than the official price just to get one as soon as possible. But here is the thing, even before the pandemic, getting your direct at Rolex was not easy. Rolex intentionally keeps some models rare, creating an unmatched level of hype. Limited supply, high demand, you know the drill. Then, things got even crazier when Rolex had to halt production for a while to ensure everyone's safety from the virus. That little break only increased the market's frenzy even more. But let us dive even deeper. The real catch here is the low interest rates. When the pandemic hit, big banks dropped interest rates to stimulate the economy. Sounds noble, right? Well, it had a domino effect, hitting markets everywhere, including the luxury watch scene. Lower interest rates made people eager to spend, and boom, the demand for luxury watches skyrocketed. It is like a financial chain reaction, and Rolex is right in the middle of it all. Now, here is where it gets interesting. The fear of missing out is one of the driving forces behind this whole Rolex craze. Some buyers see Rolex watches as more than just accessories. They see them as investments. Certain models can become gold mines over time, especially if they become rare or highly sought after. And then there is the internet, making it incredibly easy for watch flippers to connect with potential buyers worldwide. More eyeballs, more potential buyers, and you know what that means, more money. Now, fast forward to today, the game is changing because interest rates are on the rise, aiming to address the excessively soaring prices of everything. This shift in the financial landscape could shake up the fancy watch market and prompt buyers to rethink how they spend their money. While there has been some progress lately, there is still a lot to figure out to get things back on track. Of course, the prices of luxury watches are also feeling the heat. However, there is more to this story. We need to discuss the concept of price because it is crucial in understanding what has been happening with flipping Rolexes. Keep in mind the word arbitrage. It sounds fancy, but it is the secret to understanding recent and past events. It is about profiting from price differences. Imagine buying something cheaply in one place and then selling it for more elsewhere. If done right, it is easy money with minimal risk. And this concept perfectly aligns with what occurred during the pandemic. You see, Rolex watches were being sold in two usual places: the official store and the resale market. However, they are the same product. This created a golden opportunity for some sweet arbitrage action. When the pandemic hit, the price gaps between these markets were like flashing dollar signs, giving people a chance to cash in big time. And here is the twist. More people jumped on the Rolex flipping train because of this. But with more players in the game comes more competition, and as you guessed it, prices got messy and profit margins tighter. So, with this golden chance to make easy money, everyone wanted in on the action. Imagine this: you snag a sleek Rolex straight from the official store at the regular price. Later, you think, why not flip this in the resale market where people are eager to get their first-hand one? As long as people keep going crazy for these watches in the resale market, the game continues. They are not willing to spend crazy extra bucks above the regular price. Instead, they prefer to play it cool and buy their watches directly from legitimate sellers. This whole situation got people excited, waiting in line for their chance to buy. But then, out of nowhere, Rolex prices started plummeting. What used to be a pretty safe bet in flipping Rolex watches suddenly became uncertain. There is a risk you might end up losing money instead of making a profit. This unexpected turn of events even has hardcore collectors hesitating and rethinking their shopping plans. Now, here is where it gets a bit worrying. Rolex prices are dropping rapidly, even without a full-blown economic meltdown. The big concern is if the economy does take a nosedive, those prices might plummet even further, making people think twice about flipping Rolexes for the long term. But as if the situation could not get any more complicated, authorized dealers are stepping in to regulate flipping. These dealers, the gatekeepers of the Rolex realm, are tightening the rules on who can buy these coveted timepieces. They are implementing stricter purchase policies to ensure watches are sold to genuine enthusiasts rather than opportunistic flippers looking for a quick profit. The era of snagging multiple Rolexes, buying multiple watches in one go and flipping them for a substantial profit might be facing its sunset. This move by authorized dealers adds a new layer of complexity to the Rolex flipping game, making it clear that the days of easy scores might be numbered. All in all, the crystal ball for the market's future is foggy, and those eyeing the flipping game are treading extra cautiously. Time has taken its toll on the Rolex flipping scene. There are so many factors at play, from Rolex producing fewer watches to shifts in consumer preferences, economic fluctuations, and even changes in shopping habits. In the past, flipping was like finding treasure, but now the game has flipped due to these price roller coasters and the unpredictable vibe. It has got people double-checking before jumping into the flipping business, and it feels like the road ahead has hit a dead end. Now, here is the burning question. Did any of these revelations about the changing dynamics of Rolex flipping catch you by surprise? Which aspect left you nodding in agreement or scratching your head in disbelief? We would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.